Merry
Christmas! So after last week's episode, which you can catch up here, we just wanted to talk more about our experience on another job that we had recently together. Although this time, Mitch was on BTS.
BTS.
Behind the scenes.
Yes.
Not BTS, the Korean pop group,
Yeah.
by the way. Sometimes you Google BTS and people are like, oh, what's that got to do with... Yeah, no, BTS, behind the scenes. Anyway, so that was with... a friend of mine called Dean Mitchell Photography, his client, Baron Eden's Group. They own a couple of hotel spas fairly close to us. Actually, one's in Nottingham, one's in, where's the other one? Where's Hallcross?
Is that Litchfield Way?
Litchfield Way, yeah. So you got Hallcross Hall and you got Eden Day Spa. So anyway, we do regular work for them. Dean is on photography and myself on video. And sometimes Mitch comes along and does some FPV stuff, which he did recently through their gym. But this shoot was earlier this week, right? Where it was more of a lifestyle shoot. So for me, it's something quite different in the sense of, having in models and a lot more focus on the setup, wasn't it? So, we had Matt, wasn't it? And Ali, who were a model couple.
Model couple, indeed. Really nice, really friendly.
The brief was essentially 6 locations throughout the spa. And I think let's think of the first one. The first one was a treatment, wasn't it? So it's in a treatment room. Matt was getting his hands massaged, and Ali was sitting there with her feet in a bowl of warm water, drinking Prosecco.
Mm-hmm.
These models got it hard. They were like, I was like, this is a tough gig. They're like,
falling asleep. Oh, yeah.
She's there, sipping on her Prosecco at 10 a.m. And it was really interesting because there's literally about 10 people, wasn't there, in the crew with myself, Dean, 2 models, you on BTS, and then, the Baron Eden's Group people, like senior creative Charlotte, and then Sophie, and I can't remember everybody's names. I'm so sorry.
There was that other woman that was...
Oh, there was a stylist.
Yes,
Emma. So it was a stylist. So Emma's job was to, put things in a nice place and arrange things beautifully and just add those little touches to each.
It makes all the difference, doesn't it?
Just those
really
little
does
bits.
level everything up.
And it's just such a different experience to shoot an event like we spoke about last week. So we kind of just wanted to run through that. And for me, I love these shoots.
Oh, yeah.
You do, don't you? You were on BTS. I had Mitch come along just to shoot essentially for me.
Yeah.
So I could do a behind the scenes of my day and on something a little bit different because, I do a lot of stuff with property and corporate, and this was like a sexy shoot. And my fiance, Rachel, she's like, that sounds so dodgy. I was like, sexy. I mean, you get to play with the lights and how a log on a fire pit is sitting. He's just like,
that doesn't look quite right.
Move that there, or that present just needs moving. So Emma's doing all those bits and adding, twinkly lights round, decorations to add that bokeh in the foreground. And it was just so cool to do. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is full on because we have an hour per location. As Dean will testify, you could probably do 3 hours per location and get more shots. But the client's really happy with what we produce together as a little team. And you've just got to go with what they need. At the end of the day, the job wouldn't happen if we didn't get those shots in one day, right? So you just go with it. Yes, you could always do better, right? I think... Same with editing or shooting. You could probably spend twice the time and get it better. But there's got to be a balance, haven't there, of giving the client what they want and winding in your ego a little bit. So you could do better if you had more time.
It's funny because to me, it's just a different way of looking at it in the sense of the pace. It's just as fast, if not more intense, but you're there to focus on nailing one shot. So for instance, we'll go and do a job that'll take a full day, but we will go there and we'll get 50, 60, 70 individual shots to make into a video.
Like that event, it was 80 gig.
Exactly. This one was specific. I think you got maybe 10 shots out of it?
Probably that, 10 shots, that's it.
Which sounds like not a lot, but there was such a high standard because we would, right then, what are we looking for? They would then, for instance, the client would be like, we kind of want a shot like this. So then we have to then think,
45 minutes
how are we going to do
hour?
this? How can we make it better? So then you position it, you kind of put the model where you think they would go.
You
What
sit
does
up
it
a
look
little
like?
bit.
Yeah, sit up a little bit. Oh, that's a little bit of dead space there, or it's a bit of a boring part of the frame or something.
Yeah.
So then we're like, move something else. Like for the
Great,
first one,
man. The
what?
first one was the treatment room.
Yeah, and we positioned them. It was positioned really well, and then we thought on the left hand side of the frame, it was just
There
so.
was that stool that was annoying me.
Yeah, it was. So it was an area where they would have two people sat to have two
Yeah.
treatments at a time, but we're only doing one treatment
Yeah,
there,
so it's a
wasn't
bit
we?
of dead space.
So there was dead space, wasn't there? And then to help with that, we think, well, what would make that nice? A little bit of depth, try and add a little bit more depth.
Now, what made me laugh, to interrupt, is that I was like, I don't like that stool there because there's no one sitting on it, like you say, because it was a dead. And so we went to move the stool and realised the extension lead
Of
was
course,
sitting on it. So
yeah.
what we did
Indeed.
is we got some gaffer tape and
Gaffer
stuck
tape.
the Deans underneath, like sticking this extension lead underneath the desk.
Yeah.
And then we could see a little bit of it. So then we're pulling the towel over the edge of the desk.
It's the
All
little
these little
things,
bits
yeah.
just to make that shot that
And then
little
we
bit
wanted
better.
that kind of little, wanted to try and add some depth, didn't we?
Yeah.
So then you mentioned about, we've got any lights or something to the stylist.
Something in the foreground, because I was using a slider, wasn't I?
Yeah,
to just
yeah.
like
Just
move
add a
in
little
front
bit
of
of
something.
movement. And then we used Dean's tripod that he wasn't using at the time, and then wrapped some little fairy lights around it
and
to
some
kind of bring
foliage.
it close. Oh, that was it. And some
Foliage and like,
and just bring it up to in front of the frame a little bit. It kind of hid that dead space, but added some texture and depth to it.
Yeah.
Whereas normally we'd have gone, there, this looks great, and we just set it up and then film it, and then on to the next. And I'd loved that because it was like, right then, how can we level up this image? How can we level it up so it's at such a high standard? It looks really nice. Every aspect of that is great, and then you kind of think, well, what's missing there, or what's too much is going on there, and to be able to do that was just amazing, but so time consuming.
Yeah, it's insane. And like Dean always says on the job, like we could spend so much more time. I think so Dean's quite an OG in his photography space, been doing it a long time, and he had food shoots where I think he said they did something like 4 frozen meals, like for Findus or something big like that. And I can't remember the numbers, and he'll quote me hopefully if I'm wrong, but it was something ridiculous, like 4 days for 4 meals. And they have this food stylist come in and they just work all day on one meal. So that's a level that some people and companies will go to just nail that perfect shot, which in our world currently, where we're putting out probably, say, a lot more clips in a day, whatever it may be, to get to that point where you're like, okay, we're going to have a full team of people to spend 4 days getting 4 meals. That's where he'd like to be with a lot of this stuff. But
that's where I'd like to be.
I know.
Enjoy.
It's just such a different world. And for me, those shoots have been so good. And I've actually got another one next week. I've got two more before Christmas, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or 3. No, I've got 3 more before Christmas. Yeah. So they're basically just it's almost like they're creating stock footage.
Yeah.
Because for me, on the editing side, it's pretty simple. I'm just clipping at either end, and then I color grade to Dean's photos. So Dean will send me like a low res gallery, and I'll have that side by side on my editor, and I just tweak it until I match it to bang on his style. And then I send that as a ProRes file to the client. And then they just use that in they'll put edits together themselves, whether the clips are together or individually, and then that'll go on their website, and they use that marketing. So essentially everything we're shooting this month won't be used till next year.
That's it.
Which is good for me because I haven't got much time to edit. So busy, which is great. So it's given me a bit of breathing room for sure.
Yeah.
Funny one for me was filming in that bloody sauna.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, we've got a sauna shot. I'm like, what?
But it wasn't just the fact that it was a sauna. It was a sauna of a spa that was still in use.
Yeah.
So up until we came onto site
to the
sauna, there was people still in it. So it was at 40 degrees, 50 degrees, if not even higher than that, however it is.
So we thought it wouldn't be on, didn't we? But when we got there, we got in, and I thought, like Dean even said, he's like, oh, my lens isn't steaming up because it's a really dry heat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like sauna's a dry heat. So we got in there and you're like, oh my God. And we literally was down the other end of the sauna, weren't we, to film.
From the door.
Matt and Ali just sitting in the sauna laughing, casual chats. And But we had a bit of hassle, not hassle, but like it looked a bit dull outside.
Challenges.
Yeah,
We get
challenges. So
of
we're
the
trying to
scene.
make it look sunnier. So what did we do there
Yeah,
again?
because we put a 300-watt light outside with the reflector on, didn't we?
Yeah,
And we didn't put it too far away, but enough. We put it at an angle, so we kind of tried to do it as like a motivating light, didn't we? So we saw where the
simulate sunlight.
Yeah, so we saw where the sun position was and how it casted shadows from the outside.
Yeah.
And then positioned it in the same way because the outside, or majority of the outside through the window, was in shade from the building, wasn't it? So it didn't look like a bright sunny day. So we used that light, put some gel on it, didn't we, to make it like a nice warmer light, and then just projected it as strong as possible through the light at an angle, and it just looked like a bright sunny day was coming through the window, wasn't it? And it added so much more texture.
And then because they were a little bit backlit, it was like, what light can we put in here? So these where am I on my thing? Yeah, these lights. I don't know why I'm looking at the monitor to point to the light when it's here. I'm looking at the monitor. We've got a monitor there to see all the 4 cameras.
Oh, actually, there's a BTS.
Yeah, the BTS. I'm looking at the BTS one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So this here on a tungsten light, didn't we, facing the couple, but because it was high up, and if you go up the steps in a sauna, it's like roasting. And I was like, I'm sitting on that bottom step going, it's not too hot in here. The camera will be fine. That'll be fine. Not realising it was at the ceiling. And I went to pick it up and I scolded
you couldn't touch it. Couldn't touch it.
I was like, let's get this shot wrapped and get out of here. And we also had there was that quiet room next door, wasn't there? So the whole spa is running. They don't shut it down for us, unfortunately. So they just put these ropes up with signs of filming. And there's a room next door, the quiet room. And obviously there's 10 of us out there chatting and a bit of laughing, we're having a good time.
We weren't loud, we were just chatting.
We were not loud because I sat in that room and with the door shut and it was very well insulated. But like this lady came out, she was not happy with she was like, everybody's left because you lot are being really loud, and I was really apologetic, and it's just like, it's difficult.
Because to judge those situations.
You can't expect them to shut the spa down. It costs them thousands, right?
And
but also you're trying to not interrupt people's chill time because it is chill, isn't it?
That's
with the outdoor heated pool and the spa and everything else that goes on. It's a relaxed atmosphere. There's 10 coming through.
What we're going to do
cameras.
here, and it's a bit hot in there, and
but that was good. Best one after that, what was there? What was there? There was 6 shots, but we won't go through them all.
Yeah, I think I really enjoyed the one where it was the couple were kind of sitting outside on. It was like a wooden sofa, wasn't it?
Like a wicker sofa with blankets, wasn't it? And it was under like is it a gazebo? Not a gazebo. That's what you see at barbecues. It's made out of white.
The wooden ones. Just like it looks like a wooden gazebo, but it's not.
A posh wooden gazebo.
We'll go with that. Just a roofed frame.
Yeah, and they were just sitting down, cozying up
there. Yeah, and it was like a seating area, wasn't it? Where it should be a fire pit. Well, there was a fire pit.
It was a fire pit.
It was a fire pit, but they're not. To me, it was a weird one, wasn't it? Because they've got a wooden fire pit underneath a wooden gazebo. So, and that's our purpose why they couldn't use it in the end.
We couldn't use it, could we? It was gutted because that would have been so good.
Yeah.
Because the couple were further down, weren't they? And the fire pit was in the foreground. And we're thinking, that'd be good with the flames licking up. And no, we weren't allowed it. So spent some time again, didn't we, with
trying to see how we could utilize it, make it look like has a warm tone about it, but obviously we can't light it. So we ended up like changing the camera position and going a bit of a longer lens, didn't we? Kind of thing,
bit of compression on the back. But also they were kind of like in front of this outdoor heated pool on a cold day, so the steam rising up.
It just looked fantastic. And how
I might have to put a little clip in the edit here. Well, you won't see us right now.
I guess. Well,
we're not looking at. Stop looking at that monitor.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah. Keep looking at the bloody monitor.
We've got a new monitor. Oh, you can probably. Well, I don't know if you can see it on the BTS, but we've got a new monitor. Nice little split screen. We can see all 4 cameras. It's wicked. But because it's so close to the main camera, we keep looking at it.
Yeah.
So if we're looking off.
We're looking off camera. It's because we're looking at ourselves in our Santa hats. By the way, this has come out on Christmas Day, but don't think that we're here.
We are.
Yeah, sorry.
We're on Christmas Day.
Sorry, Rach, I've just got to record a podcast on Mitch. But it's Christmas Day.
Yeah, this is live. This is live.
Just keep the turkey in the oven. I'll be back later.
And your pigs in blankets. I was going to say sausages in blankets, but not really.
They are sausages in blankets.
It's pigs in blankets, isn't
the
it?
sausages wrapped in bacon. I always think, just to go off on one, they are epic. Why do we not eat them all year round?
But I think that's a part of it, isn't it? Really, is the
but it's like with Pancake Day. People go, "Oh, I can't wait for pancakes," and I'm like, "Well, you can make them anytime you want."
Yeah, but it's a purpose, there's a reason to have it. What?
Yeah,
is it nostalgia for pigs in blankets, Christmassy things?
Yeah, it is. But I do love it.
We went out about a month or two ago, didn't you? And you got some pigs in blankets.
Yeah, as a side, it was like, I know this is off topic, but it's not because it's Christmas Day. I wonder if anyone will watch this on Christmas Day.
If you're watching it on Christmas Day,
drop a comment
and wish us Merry Christmas.
Here at Christmas Day. That'd be so good if someone's like at their dinner and they're like,
oh, go on,
Two Men A Cactus has just dropped a new episode.
That's my expectation. You know, when you've had your meal,
yeah,
you're chilling out and the kids are watching a movie and you're just scrolling through.
You got your new AirPods in.
Yeah, that's it. And you're just chilling in your new jumper or
your new iPhone
shoes.
15.
Oh, like that's it. And you're just kind of just chilling. If you are, comment, okay?
Yes, we want to know.
Say Merry Christmas. Tell us what you've had for Christmas.
Yeah, what you had on your Christmas dinner.
What colour are your new socks that you've had?
I always love socks. Because I never buy them myself.
Yeah, fair enough.
You don't, do you? Like, I think when you get older, you appreciate socks and new pants because I never buy them.
Yeah.
You always see those memes, don't you? Like, a picture of a dude in like really holy Calvin Kleins go, hang in there, lads, Christmas is coming. Because no one wants to buy them. Yeah. Anyway, back on subject. Back on subject of the shoot. No, it was like I say, it was really interesting, and I love working in teams.
100%.
You was essentially just on BTS, which was great fun. I can't wait to edit that. Just the banter that goes on behind the scenes. People love that content. And I think myself and you have said, actually, side note, is that we want to get someone to film BTS content of us on shoots.
Yeah.
And maybe share, why we're doing certain things, drop a bit of value in there as well and a bit of banter, pretty on the same sort of vibe as these. If you'd like that, that's of interest. Also, let us know in the comments.
That's it. I don't know if we'll be able to light it as sexy, but
no, it won't be as nice, but a bit raw. I kind of like raw BTS.
Yeah, maybe like episode 52.
I don't know. Yeah, we're 14. 14 now, so still going.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I say, just working in those teams for me is like where I'm in my happy place. So as when it's stressful because you haven't got much time, you share the stress is distributed.
Exactly.
And you can all moan at each other, go, we haven't got long enough for this. We've not got much time.
Yeah, just the individual things that you think about as a videographer, that maybe a 1 or 2 man team. If you've got the other people that have those dedicated, like the stylists and stuff, that rather than we having to think right on where we're placing that, we're kind of just thinking about the video aspect side of it.
Yeah.
And the lighting aspect side of it kind of thing. Whereas, excuse me, and then they're kind of smashing out where to put the props and where to position people and to see how they're going. And
you can focus on your job rather than moving the light. We had Dean's assistant, Lewis.
Yes. Sorry. I hope it is.
Yeah, Lewis, and just moving lights, and makes all the difference.
Isn't it just?
So, very much looking forward to the next one next week. Dean has sent me through the brief. But more lifestyle stuff, so that'll be cool. And just really enjoying the variety at the minute. I think, there's property's been a big part of what I do on a day-to-day. So having a few clients doing different things has been really fun, especially this lifestyle stuff, because like I say, it's just less volume, more quality.
Yeah. And
apart from this, which is all quality, all volume.
Okay. Yeah.
Once a week.
Yeah. Doing well.
Yeah, it's going all right. So just let us know if this type of content, is enjoyable. We love talking about this because we always want to keep these conversations as least planned as possible, because we try to plan it sometimes and then we feel like it's a little bit forced, and we want to keep it natural and casual, like we've said from the off. Casual chats, just sitting down. And this is the sort of stuff that just is not any plan. Let's talk about the shoots this week. We've really enjoyed it because it's just, like I say, it's more chill.
Yeah, it's stuff I like to hear. I like to think
Yeah,
about,
like I would enjoy this content. So if you did, let us know in the comments, and we'll see you next year.
Next year.
2024.
Yeah.
See you then.
See ya.